Ferguson here from Maritimo Yachts. We're down here at Century Cove. I've got the new M50 behind us. Super excited as we're taking it up to the Whitsundays, Hamilton Island. We've got a few stops on the way, so rather than just racing up, we're going to do a couple of cool little adventures and we're going to take you along for the journey. It's going to be epic. All right, it's day one and we're up here on the bridge. Got my mate Shawnee here. The weather is looking fantastic. So today's only a little short run. We're gonna head out of the Gold Coast north up to Mooloolaba for the night. The weather after Mooloolaba is still looking good. However, if it does change, we may have to make a couple of amendments for our trip. But we're gonna take you for the ride and show you what we're doing, how we're navigating, and you know, we may even stop for a little fish on the way as well. What do you think about that, Shawnee?
Sounds good to me, mate. So we're in a long-range motor yacht, and that's exactly what we've set out to do today. We're enjoying this open water right now, and when you're behind the helm here, autopilot's running, our GPS screens, our Garmin screens are giving us all the information we need, showing us our channels, showing us the depth of the water, and giving us a general overview of what's coming up in front of us. When we're captaining the boat, we want to stay in what the screen is white water. It shows you very clearly that we're in safe water as we're going along. And then you'll see the land mass and you'll see different colors of blue on the screen as well. Blue means shallow water and something we try to avoid. But we can also still look out the window and we have this beautiful panoramic view that we have from the driving position. Everything's right where we feel like it should be. Our throttles are in a beautiful spot. We've already set our speed. We're at 80% load doing 20 knots and the boat's very efficient at that. Autopilot set on a heading hold, so there's really not a lot more for us to do behind the helm here other than keep surveying and keeping watching what's coming up in front of us. That's the beautiful thing about these products is once it's all set, the boat's so well balanced and efficient that we can really sit here and enjoy the nice part of boating.
Well, day one of our trip north is done and dusted. We've just pulled up to Mooloolaba. We've got the boat all tied up, shore power's in. We've had an awesome day out in the water. We had breeze about 10 knots, so we've come up the inside of Moreton Bay. Tomorrow we've got a fairly early start. We've got to get up to Hervey Bay, across Sheridan Flats at the right tide. So stick around, tomorrow's going to be great.
Hey guys, Sean Savage here on day two of our trip from the Gold Coast to Hamilton Island. We're leaving Mooloolaba and we're going up to Hervey Bay today. So once we get outside, we're heading about 60 nautical miles out in the ocean and we'll hit the Wide Bay Bar. We'll go through Wide Bay Bar and we'll work our way up to the Sheridan Flats, which is a shallower part of our trip and something we had to collaborate with the tides to get to the right height to have maximum clearance to go through. Once we negotiate Sheridan Flats, we'll come into Hervey Bay, set the boat back up and see what Hervey Bay has to offer. All right, so we've done the 60 nautical miles off the coast. We've come up to Wide Bay Bar now. So one thing that we have done is we've really had a good look at our trips each day and analyze what we need to do. The fortunate thing we have these days with these types of motor yachts is we have amazing electronics. So we got this Garmin mapping, Navionics mapping. We use windy weather, we understand tides, we understand swells, so that we don't really get any big surprises along the way on the trip. Once we come through Wide Bay Bar, it's more of an inland, a lot flatter water. We'll enjoy that little run across all the way into Hervey Bay, and we'll check in with you guys when we get a little bit closer.
So quick update, we've not long come through the Wide Bay Bar and we're on the inside of Fraser heading up the Great Sandy Straits. We're just approaching the Sheridan Flats area. We've sort of left a little bit later today because we wanted to make sure we've got enough tide to get across there. We're approaching with a 1.8 metre tide. As soon as we get through here, we don't have much to go for our marina tonight. Then the weather is really turned it on. So we're going to fuel up. We're going to stock up on some ice, and tomorrow we're heading out to the reef. It's going to be great. As we're approaching the Sheridan Flats, it did look quite shallow, so rather than risk it, we decided just to turn around. We're throwing the anchor out. We're going to have a bite to eat. We've got a couple of rods on board. We might even throw a pilly in the water. Let's see what happens.
Day 2 in the books. Awesome day today out in the water. We had a bit of everything. We had a bit of coastal water. We had our first bar, which was Wide Bay Bar. We made it into the inland sort of waters where it's a lot more sheltered and protected. Through there, we really relied on our Navionics mapping through our Garmin electronics. That gave us a lot of information off those places that we had to be a bit more careful of as we're coming through, like the bar. But that was really good. We negotiated our tides to suit those shallower areas, so it was nice and protected. Now we've got into Hervey Bay. Seems like a beautiful place. Awesome facilities here. We've got 32 amp shore power. We're gonna go check out the town. And that is our day 2 all wrapped up.
Good morning guys, and welcome to day 3 of our adventure north in the M50. We've had an early start this morning, super exciting day. We've got a little over 100 nautical mile run out to the reef. So the plan is to pull into Fitzroy Lagoon this afternoon. However, we are going to get there a little bit before lunchtime, so we're actually going to have a fish. So stay tuned, it's going to be fun.
What'd you catch?
Caught myself a tusky, apparently. Good eating, so we'll find out in a few hours.
After fishing the outskirts, we motored to the inside of Fitzroy Reef, one of the most incredible boating destinations you're ever likely to see. And in the afternoon, the fishing just kept getting better.
Look at that! Trophy fish!
All right, so here we are, we're at Fitzroy Reef. It's been a big day, it was 100 nautical miles. It's about 20 nautical miles past Lady Musgrove. We've been fishing all day, plenty of reef fish. Never actually had so much luck fishing, so this is the place to be if you don't catch fish. Incredible spot. We're cooking up a big dinner. It's a great halfway spot. We're heading off to Yeppoon tomorrow, and the adventure continues.